Creating pins doesn't need to take you hours to do. So for today's video, I'm going to show you how to not only create pins quickly, but also create pins that are going to help you go viral and get more clicks to your blog. Now first we need to talk about what are good qualities of a Pinterest pin. And really the answer depends on what niche you're in, because designs and techniques that work for one niche may not work for another. Let me show you what I mean. So when I go to look up something on Pinterest in my niche, which is blogging, for example, first month blogging tips, you can see that the pins all have a similar look. They're all pink, they all have pretty much no picture as the focus, and the text is just the whole thing on the screen. A lot of them have a picture in the background, but then this like white or pink box over it to kind of blur the image, make it not as noticeable, so that the text is the only thing that you notice. Versus if you were to look at something like cooking or baking. Any type of food niche, these are the pins that you're gonna see. Usually the text is right in the middle, and there's two pictures, and the text you can see is a lot smaller. It's not the main focus, because with food, obviously the picture is going to be the main focus. So that's why I say it matters depending on what niche you're in, because this varies wildly from the ones we just looked at. So some things are universally good on Pinterest. For example, eye-catching designs. Now, of course, that's very subjective and it varies niche to niche. You're also going to see a lot of bright colors, a lot of bright photos, nothing blurry, nothing really gray, and just something that pops is what you want. So in order to see what style of Pinterest pin will work for your niche, the first thing you need to do is figure out what blog post you're going to be promoting. And the way that I do this is I write out all of my blog posts in this keyword doc, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But what I want to pin for the week is picked out right here, so you can see the first month blogging tips, which is why I looked up first month's blogging tips here, so I can see what types of pins are being created and ranking on the platform. So next we're going to go over to Canva and start creating designs that look similar to that. So this is my doc that has all of my Pinterest pins in them, and you can see they all look incredibly similar to the style and the color of the pins that we just saw. Most of them just have a blurry background with pink in them and text that pretty much covers the entire screen. This is the type of pin that I saw worked best for me and all the different pins that I create, so that's the exact type of pins that I created. And when I look at pins for my clients, you can see these are the types of pins that I create for her. There's two pictures, the text is in the middle, and it's just different variations of the exact same Pinterest pin. Some of them are a little different, like there's text at the top, text at the bottom. You can see all the different templates that I haven't used yet, because these are the ones that I have seen are working, so these are the ones that I create the most of. And two things that really help me speed up the pinning process is the keyword tracker that you just saw a few minutes ago and using Pinterest pin templates so that you don't have to create a brand new pin every single time you go to pin. So let me show you the keyword tracker, because that is a lifesaver. So this is what mine looks like. I basically have my blog post title here. If I want to put any alternate titles, I will write those down here. The links, the descriptions, the boards that I want to pin each one to, and the keywords. And this isn't completely filled out because I don't usually use this tab. I use the weekly pins tab. So I'll go over here, copy this, paste it over into the weekly pins tab. And then these are the pins that I will use for the week, and then the descriptions will go here. And if you want to get the sheet for yourself and a couple other things, I have a free Pinterest starter kit down below in the description that you can sign up for. It has this Pinterest keyword tracker, 10 free Pinterest templates that you can use in Canva to create your pins, and a mini Pinterest ebook that will help you get started on Pinterest if you're brand new. Now mine looks a little crazy because I've been updating it. The one that you are going to get if you download it in the description is going to look like this, a lot more clean. If you want to learn how to use this in the Pinterest starter kit, I have the video explaining all of that in more detail, so sign up for below if you want it. Now, one good thing that you don't need to worry about when you're pinning onto Pinterest is using brand colors and sticking to a brand. If you only ever use one color, it's okay to switch up to a different color. If you only ever use one font, you don't need to necessarily stick with that one font. So how do you speed this process up? What would the process look like week to week? The first thing that I would do is come to my Pinterest keyword tracker. I would copy and paste the blog post that I want to pin over into my weekly pins. I would come up with new titles for them, and I would come up with new descriptions using the keywords that I have already figured out. And you can do that in ChatGPT. That's how I come up with all of my descriptions and all of my titles. Then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to create 2, 3, 4 types of design. You can see I have all these designs separated with a little white page here. That's because these designs were for 1 week, these designs were for the next week, so on and so forth. I create all my designs in one doc and copy and paste them over. It makes it super quick and easy once you start getting templates together because you can just copy them, change it up a little bit, and post a new design. So if I were to create pins for this week, I would add a page and I would choose what designs I wanted to use. So let's say I like this design, this one, and I like this one here, because I know these are the types of things that work. So you can either create a copy of it so that you have the original design like this, duplicate page, and then you have the old one, or you can just bring it over, whatever you want. And I would do, let's see, what color do we want? Let's just pick brown, and then Kelp Sands. Let's go with this one instead. Maybe we make the text white, and then we make it a little bit smaller so that it fits. And then I'm going to fix up the line spacing. I'm going to add in my new title. I'm going to add in my new pictures. That is a brand new Pinterest pin. And then this one, let's say I want new pictures, of course. Maybe I want this text to be Comic Sans instead. Oh, that is really big. And then I want this one to, maybe we just keep that one, that color or that font, and then we change up the color to be green. That is pretty much a brand new Pinterest pin. You can obviously make more changes than that if you want. Like maybe we want it to be this way instead of the other way. Maybe you want to put the text up here and only use one design. And this is now a brand new Pinterest pin. This looks different enough from the old Pinterest pin that you can pin this and it would do well. It's very easy. Then you create all your pins, you save your designs, and then you pin them onto Pinterest. And it's easy with the keyword doc because you've already come up with your descriptions. So you just copy this over onto Pinterest, you copy this over, you copy your design over, you already have your boards figured out. So you just type in the board, send it off, schedule it. It's nice and easy. Using this very quick process, I can do this in like an hour to an hour and a half, and then my pins are done for the entire week. Now, if you are still looking at this and saying, I don't want to create Pinterest pins, I hate doing the designing part, I'm not good at it, what can I do? You can either check out the free Pinterest starter kit down below and you can get your 10 free templates, or if you're looking for a bit more of a robust package, I have 140 viral Pinterest pin templates that you can get in my Gumroad shop. I'll leave the link to that down below in the description. I have a couple other template packs as well. I think there's a 60, a 90, and a 140 in there because this can be a really tedious process and take a lot of time. So having templates is really helpful and speeds up my process a lot. So I'll leave those links down below in the description if you want to check them out. And if not, check out this video right here. Make sure to like if you like, subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.